working for you. CBS 6 News at 7 starts now.
Thank you for joining us at 7. I'm Nichols Dingle in for Bill. We continue the following breaking news out of Henrico, where all westbound lanes of Azalea Avenue remain closed. They've been shut down for most of the evening after a police chase ended in a crash. Henrico police say they tried to stop a car around 3 this afternoon, but it drove off. They say while trying to get away, that vehicle struck another car at the intersection of Chamberlain and Azalea. 2 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. We will let you know once this road reopens. Developing now in Chesterfield, the dump truck driver accused of texting behind the wheel before a deadly crash has entered a plea agreement. Our Cameron Thompson was in the courtroom and spoke to the victim's family.
I'm really tense, but I'm relieved for this step to be over.
Meredith Spees speaks shortly after the sentencing of the driver who killed her mother, 56-year-old Karen Giles.
She was always there for me. It didn't matter what she had going on. If I called her, she would drop everything to help me or do whatever she can for me.
58-year-old Samuel Alabaugh pled guilty to 1 count of involuntary manslaughter, admitting he was texting while driving a dump truck when he veered off the road.
A Clover Hill High School graduate has died after a military training accident and happened in Idaho earlier this week. Brendan King tells us what happened and how he's being remembered.
U.S. Air Force Technical Sergeant Peter Cranes grew up in Chesterfield's Woodlake community. He graduated from Clover Hill High in 2004 to go on to attend Virginia Tech. Cranes enlisted in March 2011. He survived 2 tours overseas, including a deployment to Afghanistan in 2015. Sadly, on Tuesday, the 33-year-old died in Boise, Idaho, while performing mountain rescue techniques. Cranes was a decorated service member. The military says he earned more than a dozen awards.
The man accused of killing his stepson in a home in the West End is being held without bond at the Henrico County Jail. Randolph Smith was arrested and charged with second-degree murder in the death of Neil Waters. Police say it happened in a home on Atterbury Drive yesterday morning. During a court hearing today, Smith requested a court-appointed attorney, but the judge said he did not qualify and has to hire one himself. He is expected to appear in court again on December 6. Richmond police are continuing the search for this missing man who they believe will be in medical danger. 82-year-old Thomas Cooper has been missing since last Tuesday. He was spotted on the city's south side, but by the time officers got there, they couldn't find him. If you know where Cooper might be, call police. VCU Health is taking steps to help some people with expensive medical bills. The hospital announced it will begin changing its billing practices next month and stop taking patients to court because of unpaid bills. Under the new plan, patients making less than $25,000 a year could see 100% of their charges wiped away, and people who make less than $37,000 could see 50% of their bills removed. Now we're tossed to Francis Payton in the Weather Center. We have an update on the animal cruelty case we told you about last month. The nearly 70 goats that were seized from a Louisa home will stay in custody of the county's Animal Care and Control. 67 goats and 1 dog were taken from property last month after deputies say they found the animals living in horrible conditions. Investigators say the goats had overgrown matted wood that was coated with feces and flies. Today, a judge ordered the homeowner, Melinda Hook, to pay $8,000 in restitution. However, the dog that was taken has been returned. Today is World Mental Health Day. Advocates around the world are trying to raise awareness about this important issue. In Central Virginia, the problem solvers are taking a look at how mental health is addressed behind bars. Shelby Brown tells us about a new program helping inmates.
We see the crime headlines, story details, and mugshots on the news, but what happens behind these jail walls when it's revealed that a mental illness is what prompted a person to commit a crime?
Help us continue to do what we're doing here.
Chesterfield Sheriff Carl Leonard says there are countless stories just like that, and in his jail, they're meeting inmates where they are, addressing those deep issues head on.
We want to make sure we're there to give them the help they need, whether that's counseling, seeing a psychiatrist, and mental health.
Making sure all children have a place to play and feel welcome. We'll tell you what makes this playground so special. Our Christian Lewis participated in a Birdies for Charity event at the Country's Club of Virginia James River Course. Coming up, we'll let you know which 3 charities won the event.